This is the story of Victoria Woods. Victoria is founder, CEO, and chief investment advisor to millionaires for ChappelWood Financial Services, which is based in Edmond, Oklahoma. She has written a book, It's All About the Money, Honey, which can be purchased from Amazon or from our website. And she's on an iHeart radio program weekly. So, welcome, Victoria Woods.
Well, thank you for having me, Nan.
Tell our listeners a little bit about how the pandemic is affecting your business.
Well, first of all, we're an essential business, so we've been open. However, I had to close the building because a doctor came in mid-March, literally came in his scrubs after we've all been told, no, they need to go straight home, take your clothes off, wash them, go straight to the shower before you even have contact with your family. So I thought, you know what, this is getting crazy. I'd already started having my team, part of my team working from home because we just strategically decided who was going to work from home. But we've been open for business. And I've been doing a lot of YouTube videos and trainings, and I just say we've been open for business, just different. And that's true for all of us. And we've had to learn to work differently. It's been a challenge. There are people that just cannot work from home. I've created 2 businesses out of the back bedroom of my house. So I'm easy to work from home. But I found that these, employees or team members, we don't even call them employees, our team members, 2 of them really struggled with it. And the third one, no problem. Got so very, very productive. And there was a couple of us that actually worked in our building, but we're on 3.5 acres. We founded the financial district. So we're on 3.5 acres. I have 4,500 square feet. So it was real easy for 3 of us to social distance, and we just had no issues. I just had our phones transferred. I mean, it's been a challenge for everybody. You just figure it out. Just like I used to tell my nieces and granddaughters and goddaughters, they want to ask me a question. I go, figure it out. And if you give people that authority to figure it out how you're going to work from home. Figure it out and then tell me how you're going to do it. And then maybe I can help you tweak it because I've done it. And so I know it's been a challenge for everyone, just like us, but we are all now back in our office, working back using social distancing, yet I still haven't opened the building to the public yet.
Well, it sounds like you're doing fine. And because you're in the financial services industry, I would like to know what people are generally doing with their investments today.
Well, that's a great question because you would think it is a little different. Now, I know what they're doing out there in the majority of the people. A lot of people are panicked. A lot of people gone to cash, which is a bad thing to do. Now, in our office, the only thing we're doing, and not even differently, what we're doing is people are wanting to invest. They happen to have some cash available and they want to invest. Some people, clients that haven't been with us for 15 or 20 years, newer people, what they will be doing is wanting to review to be sure that their allocation is correct. And when I say allocation, and we talk about allocation on many different levels. And on this level, it is the bird's eye view, and that's how much cash do I have? You always need a big chunk of change, just like now, what's going on? You want to make sure that you have cash. You want to make sure that you have adequate protection of your portion of your assets. You want to make sure then you have the stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and you want to have short-term and long-term. Our clients all have alternatives. They also have many of them have real estate investments. So either they have outside or we have REITs for them, and a lot of oil and gas mineral rights. We have clients that have mortgages that they have income for. So we just review all that and make sure that they've not gotten out of balance, that they are very, if they say, I want to have 25% of my assets protected, we're just revisiting that and making sure that everybody is where they feel comfortable.
Well, I think most people are probably, if they're with a wealth management company, especially, they're writing it out. Is that true that they're watching their investments, but they're
I really would hope so. I would hope that they're allocated properly. However, when I'm at the golf course and I hear people, and I just recently started going back to the country club, and I've been twice, and I hear all these other advisors, you know, the woes of, oh my gosh, this has been brutal, and people wanting to go to cash and, you know, get phones ringing off the hook. If my phone was ringing off the hook, I couldn't talk to you. Our clients, we are known for communication. We communicate constantly, whether it's through emails, through drips, through white papers, through the radio show that you mentioned. Thank you. People know where we are, and they don't have to come even find us. We push out so much information. As a matter of fact, I started, which my team has, they've wanted me to do this forever, for years. Victoria, you need to do some more YouTube trainings. You need to communicate more on YouTube. I go, look, we got a radio show. I got a book. You know, we send out things every single week. And they wanted me to do it. Well, now we had time. So we have created over 146 training and YouTube. I know, shocking, but over 146 content. They showed me this report. I went, apparently I have had a lot to say because, you know, and I've wanted to help people. And it's not just the investment part. This has been about the PPP plan, about the payroll protection program. It's been about the CARES Act, helping people understand in plain English, you know, what those things mean. And so we really have, and we have been known for this. And I think I really became known for that, so to speak, communication during the financial crisis, because I would put out a quarterly economic review for clients. Still, we communicated weekly important things, interest rates. But during that time, oh, honey, I was sending out something in the morning, mid-afternoon, and evening. People knew that, okay, I can go to work, I can go do, because now they can't, so they can watch a YouTube. But then it was, I can go to work, live my life, take care of my family, and if I need to know something, I know all I have to do is open my screen, and Victoria's going to say all this massive information, and she's going to narrow it down to, these are the things you need to know. So we really became known for that in the financial crisis of 2008.
Why do you think the stock market hasn't been really as volatile or going down as much as it certainly could during this pandemic?
That is, and that's amazing. Even the president said, this is surprising me. And it is a surprise. That is certainly a surprise. But then it was a surprise that it went down so quickly, so fast. But then it was a surprise that it's come back so quickly. People are getting, you know, confidence. And again, I've always said it's about communication. When people don't know, they freeze up. They don't do anything when they're in. But when we get news briefings every single day, there's so much information out there that I believe that that's instilled confidence, and that, you know, the reason the market went down so quickly, and we had some American Airlines clients. I mean, we do, but they got a buyout, an early retirement opt-in buyout, and you know, I did a video about that so they could all share it with each other. There was 800 people. Well, one of the girls, one of the flight attendants, very senior, been with them for 30-something years, very successful. She was one of those on remember the tennis shoe bomber guy? She was of the flight attendant on that flight. So she's very well connected and very successful flight attendant, head flight attendant, international. But she was very concerned that, I mean, literally right away, that American Airlines was going to go down because of what was going on immediately. I mean, we're talking 1st of March. And I was like, you have to have fresh eyes. Because I just said, Lynn, I said, honey, the government will never allow American Airlines to go out of business. So don't fear that. And then, you know, it calmed her. She said, really? I said, no, they're not going to let them go out there and sink. That would ruin our country. That's not going to happen. So now if you choose to retire for some other reason, but people really were fearing that at the beginning before they implemented these PPP plans, the Impact Disaster Plan, the CARES Act, before those things happened. Once they started seeing those, everybody's confidence became, you know, when you have confidence, you can make really good decisions. And when you don't have confidence and you don't know and you're not getting information, what happens is people panic. And when you panic, you make emotional decisions instead of disciplined decisions based on fact.
Plus, don't you think that when they're making these panicky decisions, first of all, they're not experts. So they're not basing it on any facts. It's based on, like you said, emotions.
Totally
But
on question.
to me, that's almost the worst, because
It
then you
is.
have somebody like me who's no expert at all
Mhm.
making that kind of decision and then making an adjustment that would be necessarily not good for me.
It's not good for you. And we saw that during 2008. I personally wanted to just take care of the clients I had because it was so horrific. And that was so fast. It was like a domino effect. And it just, it was just like boom, 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 boom. Every day was somebody was going out of business and this could never happen. And it's happening. And people didn't know what to do. And they started making emotional decisions. When they came to me after they made their mistake, they would say, Victoria, I really need your help. Like this one guy drove up my driveway at home. I was pulling in my car and this black Corvette drives up and this guy gets out and he's walking and I realized who it is. It's a neighbor. And he said, Victoria, I need your help. And I said, well, Joe, anything. What can I do for you? And he gets to my garage door and he's looking down and I'm thinking, what did you do? Because his wife is delightful. I'm just saying, what did you do bad? So he says, and he just looks down and he shakes his head. He goes, I pushed the button. And first of all, I'm relieved that there's nothing wrong with the family. Everybody's good. Then I go, okay, well, Joe, I wish you'd have talked to me before you pushed the button because that means he went to cash. And if you go to cash, the statistics show this. This isn't Victoria's opinion. This is statistics show, studies show. When a person panics like that and goes to cash, it's so much more difficult for them to get back in because they want to time the market. Totally a mistake. Now it's going to like, well, let's wait till it gets up. Well, let's wait. There's a great study called the Dalbar study that shows people do this all the time. It's they wait till everything is at the peak. They get in at the peak and then there's going to be a little dip. They panic, emotion, they get out. It's no surprise that the average investor, if they don't have a wealth management advisor, like you said, they panic, they get out, they don't know when to get back in, and it's a disaster for them. And it takes them so much longer to come back from a bad decision. So just get some advice first. I say it's so easy, it's free. Pick up the phone. Just pick up the phone and call before you make a mistake.
So the videos that you're talking about, are those available for everybody or just your clients?
Just like in the financial crisis, Nan, I decided that everybody needed the information, not just my clients. We all needed help, right? So what we do is we just have a YouTube channel, and you just go to YouTube and you click search and you click insert Financial Diva, and you can watch all the videos there. And there's 146 of them, so pick and choose. But they all have titles, and you can see what is most important to you, whether it's the PPP, the CARES Act, if it's about investments. I talk about mortgages. We talk about investing. We talk about guarantee of principal. There's so much information out there that's available to everybody.
Well, I think that's wonderful. Let's also talk about your book. Now, we'll put that up for sale on our site, but they can also get it through Amazon, I think.
Yes.
So tell the name of your book and then the name of your radio show.
Okay. And Nan, thank you so much for having me on your show. And I want to share this with everybody. This is my book. It's all about the money, honey. It's easy reading for anybody. You can read it in a couple of days, and it's so helpful. And we start off with things like, we've all done stupid with money, honey. So let's let that go and let's start being smart, because anybody that's 12 years old or older has done dumb with money. So let's learn from that. There's a chapter on education is expensive. But you can, if you call my office, you can order these and I personally autograph them. But of course, you can get them on Amazon.com. And that is the same name as my radio show. It is all about the money, honey. We have one of the top podcasts for finance in the country. So you can find them on podcasts. You can go to our website at ChappelWood.com and you can listen to previous shows. So we're everywhere and anywhere. Our goal every single day is to wake up knowing that we have the opportunity to help people in a very positive way with their financial life.
So why don't you give the telephone number where they can call and get the book?
Our phone number is 405-348-0909. That phone number is 405-348-0909. You can certainly give us a call at my office. You can go to ChappelWood.com. We even have our phone numbers there. We have a way you can email us. It's a plethora of wealth of information out there right now.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate your contributions during this fairly hard time.
It's been tough. I will say, man, it's been tough. There's no two ways about it. It's been tough for everybody. But as I've told everybody too, I hashtag it out there constantly that, we're in this together. And we're going to get through it together. I mean, I even had a client call me and ask me, one of my top clients from California called me and said, very positive person, gone through so much in her life. And she said, Victoria, do you think we're going to survive this? I was like, yes, we're going to survive it. It's not going to be easy. I said, it's tough, but we're certainly going to survive.
Well, thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Thank you for having me.